Okay, hello out there in TV land. I just had the urge to do this tonight. A few minutes ago, I got done watching the latest issue or episode of the Orville. In case you've been living under a rock, the Orville is a TV show produced, written, directed, well, not necessarily directed, but written and starring Seth MacFarlane, the guy behind Family Guy. It is basically Star Trek, but not. It's Star Trek in the way that Galaxy Quest was, but a tad bit more serious. We all know that Seth MacFarlane, or from pretty much what I've heard, shopped this show to Paramount as a new Star Trek series and was shot down because they wanted to do that wonderful new series that they have, Star Trek Discovery. Big mistake on Paramount's part, because Orville is so much better. So you have, in Orville, you have the Commonwealth versus the Federation. Little, minor differences. But it's basically the same stuff. And so if you haven't seen this week's episode, and today is 2/21/19, stop right now because this is going to be rather spoiler filled. Okay, so I had to say something about this one. We all know that Seth MacFarlane is rather homage crazy. He likes making reference to other series, doing homages to them. And I caught one pretty much direct reference to Star Wars in this. Well, not direct reference to Star Wars in this one. There is an alien force invading the Orville, which seemed very, very similar to the opening scene in episode 4 of Star Wars. With the stormtroopers coming through and, fighting. And any other series I would have been suspicious, but I think this is a direct homage to Star Wars in episode 4. Okay, that being said, I just wanted to bring that up. Now, this episode you have the Orville heading to the science officer Isaac's home planet because he shuts down. They don't know whether he's alive. They don't know if he's dead. He's a robot from this advanced civilization, which is robotic. I never really made the connection to what was going on with that aspect until this episode. Some people could say that it might be Borg, but Borg are cyborgs and not entirely robotic. But this one just pretty much cleared it up. You get to the home planet, which I forget the name of, which they make a very big deal about referencing 2 or 3 times how far away it is from Commonwealth space. And show up to try and get Isaac restored if they can. And this is the first time you find out that the Orville can enter the atmosphere. Every other time they've gone in orbit and they take a shuttle down. I'm not sure what the deal is with this one, but boom, all of a sudden they're just possibly for convenience sake on this one, a plot point, they need the ship in the atmosphere at a dock for a convenient spot later on in the episode. You have little bits and pieces of information going along. You get this super advanced race that doesn't know that a ship's coming into orbit. They can't make a robotic, race that's just vacillating between deciding a yes or no question, which admittedly they bring up a little later, and I guess there is a reason why this happens. But at the end, I see that they're making another connection to another really popular science fiction series, Battlestar Galactica. You have a robotic race which is intent upon wiping out its masters and massacring, just killing. Battlestar Galactica, it was all, alive, non-robotic species. Here it's more of a threat, which you find out. Okay, let me go back one step. You have this advanced race that it's supposed to be able to be really smart, technological, and yet it can't find a little kid, human kid, that leaves a ship and goes running around the city. The only human that's running out there, and they don't have anything set up to check for organics that they're trying to get rid of. Makes no sense. This kid finds out the information, which leads people to figuring out what's going on. So we have the Orville's version of the Cylons, which we find out in the second season now that these are actually Cylon type characters that are wanting to wipe out their masters and possibly other human species or organic species that are considered a threat. At the very end of this episode, it's the end of part 1, you have all these robots that are trying to take the Orville, which to me made absolutely no sense. Does this race not have ships of their own, even though they're supposed to be super intelligent and technologically advanced, but they don't have ships? And they load a bunch of people onto the Orville. Okay, let's just say that they want to do this so they can have a ship to go to fool the Commonwealth people. Should they not know that the Commonwealth has sensors where they can tell whether there's human beings on board there? And 2, they come in on board the ship and leave the humans alive. If they're that smart, they're that technologically advanced, these people could be a problem. Wipe them out. Kill them. And yet they don't, which is opening themselves up for any type of resistance. This, I can understand sort of why they're doing it, to create the tension and, give them a chance to get the ship back, but it makes no sense to me how how poorly this was written and planned out. Of course, episode 2, which will come on next Thursday, they might explain why they're leaving the humans alive. But I don't know. This one was not good at all. And I'm rather disappointed with it. I mean, despite the fact that they're throwing all these references into other sci-fi series and everything, which was kind of neat. But this episode was just not good at all. And of course, I'm hooked enough that I'm gonna have to watch it next Thursday and find out how they got this done, because I can sort of see how it's gonna happen. The crew's gonna rebel and take it back. Which, if these people were robots were smart at all, they shouldn't have let the people live. And one other thing here real quick, which I meant to bring up earlier. So they're so far from Earth. At the very end, they're like, set a course for Earth. So they can take one ship with a couple of other robot type of stuff with them and risk going from where they are all the way to Earth and just risk getting figured out somehow, or hit the ships, the planets along the way if they want to wipe out all the humans, build something up and then hit Earth. I don't know, it doesn't make any sense to me. But all right, I'm going to give this episode just because I'm feeling a tad magnanimous today, a 5 out of 10, just because I've enjoyed the previous episodes before this, and I did sort of enjoy the Best of Both Worlds Part 1 and 2, which I guess it seems to me that's what they're trying to do here, and the original Battlestar Galactica thing. So, 5 out of 10. I'll let you know next Thursday what I think of Part 2, and I may be changing my tune then. Who knows? But if you saw it tonight, let me know what you thought, and talk to you later. Bye.